Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Phrasal Verb Quiz Part 33. In this video, you must choose the correct word to complete the phrasal verb in each question. You may need to pause the video at each question to think of your answers. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Number 1. And the answer is fishing season was brought forward by 2 weeks this year. If something is brought forward, it means that it's rescheduled to an earlier time or a date. And that's what happened here with the fishing season. It's actually brought forward in our example, which means that it will begin 2 weeks earlier than it usually does. All right, number 2. And the answer is, my sister finally dropped off the cake pan that she borrowed from my wife a month ago. If you drop off something, you just deliver something or leave something at a place. And that's what happened here. The person's sister dropped off or delivered the cake pan that she had borrowed. And that's what to drop something off means. All right, number 3. And the answer is their union held out for a month because they didn't like the new contract and it worked, which made the workers very happy. To hold out on something simply means to wait before taking action on doing something usually difficult. And that's what happened here. The union actually, they waited for a month before they did anything, before they agreed to this contract in our example. Got it? All right, number 4. And the answer is our manager keyed in the new employees to the new safety policies. If you key someone in, you make them aware of something, and that's what happened here in our example. The manager made the new employees aware of the new policy. He keyed them in. Got it? All right, number 5. And the answer is our department stepped up production, so we were able to meet this month's deadline. If you step up production, it means that you try harder or work more to increase your work even. And that's what they did in our example, the department where the person worked. They stepped up production. They increased production. And then they were able to meet their deadline. All right, number 6. And the answer is, my aunt lives far away from us. So if I travel there by car, I usually chop up the trip by making frequent stops. If you chop something up, like in our example here, it just means that you divide something into smaller segments. And that's what the person did when they took their trip to their aunt's house. They chopped it up. They chopped the trip up into smaller parts, or they divided it up into different stops to make it easier for the long trip. Okay, number 7. And the answer is problems with our new employees are weighing down our progress on the new project. To weigh something down, like in our example here, it means to be a burden or an impediment on something. And that's what happened in our example. The new employees were slowing down the progress. They were causing a problem. They were weighing them down. That's what we say. Okay, number 8. And the answer is, after I teamed up with Mark, we were able to reduce the time we usually spend at work by 2 hours. To team up with somebody just means that you work together on something. And that's what happened here in the example. The person and their coworker, Mark, worked together. They teamed up, and they were able to reduce their amount of time at work. All right, number 9. And the answer is, everyone was happy when good news about the war ending came in. Now, in this particular example, to come in means when something is received by someone else. And in this case, it is the news. The news came in, the news was received by the people, and then they were very happy. You got it? So to come in means to be received by. All right, the final question, number 10. And the answer is, the economy cooled off before I was able to sell my stocks. So now I'm in trouble. All right, now to cool off in this particular example, it means to be less intense, or let's say less successful even, if something cools off. And it comes from an idiom where something is hot, meaning it's very active or very good. And if it's cool, it means it's not so good. And especially with the stock market, they say that the stocks are hot. It means that they are increasing, they are gaining in value. But if they cool off, it means that they have stopped this increase or this success. So to cool off is a bad thing. Got it? That's all for this video. Please let me know how you did on the quiz in the comment section below. Thanks again for subscribing, everyone. Remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.